Hello and welcome back to the discovery journey of our extensive nut and bolt restoration of the Jaguar XJ-S V12 Lister. So this is finished now, or pretty much finished. There's just a few minor tweaks to actually finish on the car. So we've shown you the outside, we've shown the interior. Let's show you the important bit, the V12 engine. This has got a Getrag 5-speed gearbox in, and this was a Lister modification of the time there, as is the wide throttle bodies on here, courtesy of Roger Bywater of AJ6 Engineering, the legend himself there, one of the original performance consultants for the Lister back in sort of the 80s as well there. One mod that we have made is actually to move the injector wiring harness out of the Death Valley, as it's called, the hottest part of the V on the engine. This is a common fault with vehicles. It gets too hot, the XJ-S vehicles. Again, it's a design fault really. So we've moved it up here. Laz still wants to actually change the encasing on this, so it's not the finished article yet. He's got some a better finish, he says, to the wrap that's on that. Always looking for the perfection when you have the passion for it. So main difference on this to a standard factory car is, in terms of aircon, is that we've got a Fen Air system here actually, which takes less brake horsepower out of the car. It's actually more efficient as well. It's therefore improving sort of performance in terms of fuel consumption as well. So it's a lot lighter. We had to modify that, so Laz had to make some actual metal piping to actually accommodate the hoses better, because it looks a bit untidy before, to complete the system off there. But it looks period. It looks actually like it was originally part of it, but it isn't. We've retro-modded that one, as the Lister did, of course. This is a 82 car, 1982. It was modded sort of 86, we think. It seemed to have gone back for a couple of stabs at Lister's factory there, because we've got some invoices to indicate that. They did sort of a part modification, then a secondary one afterwards there. Don't know the full history because we don't know the owners. Aluminium radiator on here. We've got the black fan. If you've got the yellow one, please get it changed, because it's going to blow up at some point, because they all do, because they become very brittle. We've got an auxiliary fan on here, which was made by a very clever chap called Jonas, good friend of ours actually, who makes these and sells them at a very reasonable price. It massively improves the cooling of the car. These cars run exceptionally hot, so therefore whatever you can do to make them run cooler is a lot better for the car, for the performance, and the lifetime of the engine, of course, actually, and the components. This engine has been stripped down to the minute detail. Every single nut, bolt and washer has been removed, either re-zinced, anodized, painted, cleaned. As you can see here, it's a bare metal nut and bolt restoration, so this car has taken around 4 years actually, on and off really, to restore. I bought it 7 years ago, and it's been a labour of love. This is what you can get from us with basically a limitless budget for what we've done here, but also, you know, it's our showpiece. This is the reason we've done this there. It's a labour of love. We want to actually show what's possible with the Jaguar XJ-S, which I truly believe is the new E-Type coming up, because there is a younger generation of 50-somethings like myself at 55 who appreciate and remember these much more than do the E-Type. So it's coming, you know, it is really coming. We wanted to sort of put a marker out there and saying this is how much we know about these cars, which is pretty much everything, because we've got a book coming out very shortly on this as well. Actually, we've been writing for a short while for a publisher, and we've just got to mention a couple of other people. I've mentioned Jonas, I've also mentioned Roger AJ6, but our partners, Simply Performance, Ben Thompson, has been exemplary and fantastic with everything, as always. We really wouldn't have a business if it weren't for Ben and his guys. They are everything Jaguar that you can't get, they can pretty much find or help us find, and incredibly helpful as well. So I'll sign off from here. There will be plenty more coming on the video later.